Did you know that we have channel memberships now? If you'd like to help support this channel, get some exclusive Kowabana emotes to use in the comments, as well as an exclusive badge by your name, click that join button now to find out more. Every bit of support really helps. Thanks guys. He was walking home around 2 AM after a long day at work. Long nights were nothing unusual, and as he passed by Aoyama Cemetery on his way home, he thought little of it. He passed by the cemetery all the time. There were few people on the streets, but considering the time, that wasn't particularly strange either. But he didn't feel scared. He just wanted to get home and finally go to sleep. He picked up the pace. His comfortable bed was waiting for him. A short distance past the cemetery, he noticed something dark. In the dim streetlights, it looked square, but it was moving. It was too small to be a person, but he was so tired that he wasn't terribly concerned about it either. As he got closer and saw what it was, his heart stopped for a moment. It was an old lady in a wheelchair. He didn't want to be rude and stare, so he did his best not to look at her. He walked past her, eyes focused on the ground, but then he heard a small voice. It sent a shiver down his spine. "Help me." He turned back to look at the old woman, his eyes widening in fear. Looking closer, he could tell immediately that the old woman was no longer of this world. Her eyes were nothing but large gaping holes, darker than the night itself. Aoyama Cemetery is located in the south of Tokyo, close to Shibuya, and is a metropolitan cemetery. It opened in 1872 as a Shinto-only burial ground, but in 1874 it was open to the public in general. It takes up about 260,000 square meters and houses over 100,000 grave sites. It's well known for being the final resting grounds of many famous people over the years. You can find tombs for such figures as Okubo Toshimichi, a samurai of Satsuma, and considered one of the founders of modern Japan. Komura Jutaro, a diplomat from the Meiji period. Nogi Maresuke, a general in the Imperial Japanese Army. Several famous kabuki actors who took the stage name of Ichikawa Danjuro over the years. And you can find the tomb of the infamous Hachiko, the dog who waited in the same spot for his master to return, day after day, until he died. Hachiko's owner, Ueno Hidesaburo, is also buried in Aoyama Cemetery, so Hachiko was buried next to him when he passed away 9 years later. But you won't just find graves in this cemetery. It's also one of the most famous ghost spots in Japan. It's perhaps unavoidable for cemeteries to find themselves the subject of ghost stories, but Aoyama Cemetery in particular is especially famous for it. Although it's full of life during the day, the moment the sun sets and things get dark, the atmosphere changes completely. Perhaps due to its reputation as a ghost spot, it's rare to find people in or around the cemetery come nightfall. People new to the area often comment that they receive warnings not to hang around after dark, superstition or not, and many continue to heed that advice today. You've probably heard of the urban legend where a taxi driver picks up a young woman from a cemetery late one night, but when he looks in the rearview mirror a short while later, the woman is gone. Not only is she gone, but the back seat is also completely drenched. There are other versions where the cemetery is the destination rather than the pickup, but in either case, the original cemetery in this legend is Aoyama. There are rumors that many taxis refuse to pick passengers up from Aoyama Cemetery at night, even today, and very few pass by it in the first place. It's not just taxis either. Bus drivers have reported the stop light inside their buses going off as they approach the stop near Aoyama Cemetery, even though no one is on board. Another famous story tells of a group of youths who visited the cemetery late one night for a test of courage, but were then dragged into another world. There are supposedly several locations around the cemetery that link to a different world, but no one knows for sure where they are. If you're going to the cemetery at night, be careful. You might not return. Other visitors to the cemetery have remarked seeing signs with an exclamation mark on them. In general, a sign with an exclamation mark on it is usually followed by a set of rules or warnings that people need to heed, such as, don't walk on the grass or be careful of traffic. Yet this particular sign has no warnings, simply a large exclamation point on it. So what does it mean? If you see one of these signs, chances are it's warning you that there are ghosts about. The signs pop up all over the park, and according to the rumours, when they do, you best get out of there quick smart. Ghosts are on the prowl and you don't want to be around for them to find you. But that's still not all for one of the most haunted cemeteries in Japan. There are also stories of two shadows that can be seen floating in the area during the night. What they do exactly depends on the people who witness them. Some have claimed they get sucked into thin air, while others have seen them appear suddenly out of nowhere whilst driving. The two shadows are different sizes, one small, one large, leading many to believe that they are the shadows of a mother and child not quite laid to rest yet. They've been known to cause accidents by appearing suddenly in front of cars and haunting people within the park. If you ever find your way to Aoyama Cemetery, particularly during spring, it's a popular area to walk around due to the beautiful cherry blossoms. Just be mindful of the time. You really don't want to get caught there at night. No need to add yet another story to the already long list. But what do you guys think of this one? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.